Yo YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to Keel's Got Time, and today, because Keel's got some time, we're going to be reacting to Woke Jubilee host gets humbled. Now, this is by Ben Shapiro. It looks like he's just reacting. I thought he was actually going to be there talking to this Woke Jubilee host, but hey, we'll see what he has to say anyway. I know he's kind of like, you know, political guy, so this is going to be a political video, even though Keel ain't really political like that. But we're going to share our thoughts, views, and insights because we can. Okay? So let's get into it.
But they lied to you.
Stats don't lie, though.
This is what she learned with her hip-hop degree from Columbia University. This is what our universities are turning out. This is why President Trump is right to go after them. So Amanda Seales, who, honestly, I was really not all that aware of. She was an actress who starred in the HBO comedy series Insecure, and she's a comedian who did a supposed comedy special called I Be Knowin' in 2019. She was also one of the co-hosts of the syndicated daytime talk show, The Real. Now, when I say that higher education turns out folks like Amanda Seales, I mean she graduated from SUNY Purchase and got a master's degree in African-American studies with a concentration in hip-hop from Columbia University. Hard to think of a more useless degree than that, but somehow she has parlayed that into fame and fortune. At least it hasn't hurt her. It didn't educate her much because she really doesn't know much. So she was on Jubilee. And Jubilee is kind of this fun YouTube channel. I've done it before, where you sit there and then you are surrounded by a bunch of people who disagree with you, and they run in, they disagree with you. You have these kind of little short debates. Some of them are fun, some of them are dumb, some of them are ridiculous. But she did not acquit herself well. She went up against a young man named Matt Nuclear, who is talking about reparations, and she clearly does not know what she is talking about.
Matt Nuclear.
You can give everyone here like a $50,000 check, especially people that are in the streets who are committing violent crimes consistently. A $50,000 check, it's not going to fix anything. It's not going to increase the median household income in the next 10 years by 10% or 20%. For example, we have the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882. We prevented Chinese people from...
What is the prompt? It's undeniable that reparations are just and necessary. Okay, so we talk about reparations for black people.
Getting citizenship and even entering the country. We discriminate against them and basically put them under apartheid, even here in the United States. Yet they have the highest median household income. How is that possible? How come they don't complain and feel entitled consistently to beg for reparations and beg for this when they are killing each other 90% of the time, which is the rate that black people kill each other, according to the FBI?
Oh, young Matt.
Yet white people are the oppressors.
I'm not sure where your education came from, but they lied to you.
Stats don't lie, though.
Statistics lie all the time. So let's start there, particularly when the statistics are coming from the sources that gain from the statistics being shown a different way. So if you're going to start... Okay,
if statistics lie then we literally have nothing to go off. You know what I mean? Like, I don't doubt it. Some stats probably do lie. I probably do. Just to promote fear. But if stats lie, we have nothing to go off as a race because we can't debate on feelings and thoughts because there's never going to be a clear victor, you know.
Your argument on stats don't lie. You've already lost the argument. They lie all the time.
Well, I mean, if you start from the argument that facts do lie, you can't even have a discussion. If the argument is that all data are skewed, then you're just going to yell at each other. Because otherwise, how do you even have a common basis, in fact, to have a discussion? This is what she learned with her hip-hop degree from Columbia University. Very, very... By the way, just comment on the outfit. What happened to the rest of her shirt? She has a collar, but I'm not sure what happened to her shirt. Very weird. The cleaners did a bad job here. In any case, she then continued with this young man, and the question was, is there systemic racism against black people? And again, she just gets owned because she doesn't know what she's talking about.
Comparing Chinese people who are immigrants that made a choice to come to the United States and comparing the continued effort of black people to ground themselves in a nation that continues to make impediments for them to show and live and exist in their true citizenship is a false equivalency.
I don't believe that happens at all. No one here is in.
Are you acting right now? Do you really believe this?
I'm telling the truth. There's no systemic racism that I've experienced here in America. What system is racist? I think the only racism we've actually seen recently, systemic racism we've seen, is the application of systemic racism against white people. The University of Western Washington, for example, has been trying to segregate dormitories using black-only dormitories because black people feel safer amongst each other, but they're more likely to kill each other. better than white people are ever to kill them. That's just the truth. You have King Von rapping about killing other black men. Why should I think that the white man is the oppressor when black men are more likely to kill me?
Oh my
Tell me.
God, this is scary. You need to think about me as your mama. Do not talk to me in that fashion. So let's check that now.
Okay, so literally no response, just bizarre.
Yeah, she being cooked, bro. She being cooked and she has no response. I don't really think systemic racism... Yeah, it definitely was a thing. Most definitely, systemic racism was a thing. But in today's day and age, I feel like a lot of that has phased out, you know? I feel like it has. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. There's still racism out there. People still be racist. Institutions still be racist. I know jobs and shit may, like, only hire the white person over the black person. Like, I know that still exists. But it is nowhere near as bad as these people try to make it. I don't think it's anywhere near that bad. But yeah, let's continue.
Are buzzwords in some way. This is what our universities are turning out. This is why President Trump is right to go after them. Yeah, the fact that somebody got a subsidized education to get an African American studies degree at Columbia University, master's, with a specialty in hip hop, clearly that is not made particularly smarter.
Bro, how'd you get a degree in hip hop? Like, how'd you come across that course? What does that even mean? Like,
We'll get to more on this in just a moment. First, the internet.
Like, what job does that get you?
Virtual world where individuals held the power, not governments or corporations. Well, yeah, that didn't really happen. Big tech dominates our digital lives with companies not just serving ads, but potentially influencing our political choices through controlled content delivery. The original internet promised personal freedom and control over your informational journey. Well, there is a way to reclaim that control and freedom. ExpressVPN. When you browse the internet, your servers never
get your money, G.
According to examples shared by the Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction, Ryan Walters, teachers' unions have criticized the move as a political stunt. It will discourage applicants as Oklahoma faces a teacher shortage. Okay, well, I think that's the goal, is to discourage left-wing applicants. So apparently, Prager University, which of course we have worked closely with, they're great, developed the exam. Apparently, the requirement went into effect over the summer. The test is currently being finalized. So some of the questions are things like, what are the first 3 words of the Constitution? And one of the choices is, in God we trust, which is 4 words. Why is freedom of religion important to America's identity? And then the possible answers are, it makes Christianity the national religion, it bans all forms of public worship, it limits religious teaching in public life, it protects religious choice from government control, right? Like, if you can't get these questions, like, these are basic factual questions. If you don't get these questions right, you really shouldn't be teaching kids. It's like, what are the 2 parts of U.S. Congress? How many U.S. senators are there? Why do some states have more representatives than others? Right? These are very basic questions, and treating this as some sort of obscene attempt to prevent great blue state teachers from teaching, that's just a lie and really, really silly. And meanwhile, controversy has broken out over President Trump's attempts to rewrite some of the exhibits over at the Smithsonian. Now, remember, the Smithsonian is incredibly left-leaning. We've talked about some of their exhibits.
I think he's just covering knees now. I don't know what this guy's talking about. Yeah, that's just getting too political for me. But hey, I guess that was a short reaction then. Thank you guys for watching. I'll make sure you catch the next. You know what? I might drop 2 today, just because this one was so short. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one, mate. Peace, love, and prosperity.